I currently own 4 different e-reading devices. People keep asking me why I own so many and what is the purpose for each device. So I'm going to do like a little mini review and I guess a comparison as to what I use each one of these devices for and why one is probably better than the other. So for the sake of comparing against the market, I'm going to start off with the Kindle Paperwhite. So this is the Kindle Paperwhite 11th gen. Current model is actually the 12th gen. From what I understand, there really isn't much of a difference between the models. I love this device. It's my number one favorite e-reader and it's the most usable and the most user-friendly. So one, the battery it lasts forever. Honestly, cannot remember when I charge it. Next benefit is the fact that it is a 16 gigabyte device. So I have over 800 books on this device and it is only just cracking like 10% of the storage. Other benefits is it does have the flat screen. So there's no bevel. And the reason for that is because this device is waterproof. That means pool, beach, shower, bath. It is super thin, it is super lightweight. In Australia, this device goes for approximately $250, which I personally think is reasonable for what you were getting. This, for me, is a 1.5 years old, and I still swear by it. I don't see the need to upgrade to the 12th gen just yet. It has light mode, dark mode. I can change the font. I can change the size of the font, the spacing, the margins, the formatting, the orientation from portrait to landscape, the brightness up and down. Very easy to put books onto. If you buy a book on Amazon, it goes straight onto your library. I do a lot of ARC reading, so basically I receive ebooks from many companies, many authors direct, and I download lots of fanfic and stuff like that. It is so quick and simple to use this software. I just cannot fault this device. Running on the back end of the Paperwhite is the Kindle Basic. This right here is the Kindle Basic 12th generation. It does have the bevel screen. It is not waterproof. This device is much smaller. Let me compare. That right there is like a size comparison between the Kindle Basic and the Paperwhite. Keep in mind that there is a cover on both of these devices. So yes, this device is much smaller. I do find that it is obviously lighter. The battery does last a really long time, but it doesn't last as long as the Paperwhite. It does have a couple of reduced settings. You can do light mode and dark mode, but it doesn't have warm light mode. To me, it's really just the cheaper, smaller, lighter, and a little bit less software versions. We don't have the Kindle children's device in Australia. If you have a child, this is the device to be getting them. A beginner reader, this is the device to get them. Brand new e-reader and you're looking for an affordable, lightweight option that you can bring everywhere with you, holidays, purse Kindle. I call this my purse Kindle. This is the device. So in Australia, you're looking at around $150 to $200. The cover that you are currently seeing is the Kindle brand cover. It's a magnetic case. It clips on the back and protects your Kindle. It's made with like a canvas texture. It feels great. It's very grippy, but it's magnetic. So you close it and it turns your Kindle off automatically. When you open it back up, it goes straight back to your book. So I do love that feature. I love that because this is such a portable, friendly device. It is just a matter of in, out in my handbag. I just close it, shove that straight into my handbag or my gym bag or wherever I'm going. And I don't have to worry about the screen being damaged. It's just, I can't fault this. Again, Kindle is definitely one of the top e-reading brands, in my opinion. The only downside with owning Kindle products is that you only have access to direct books and the Kindle app itself. If you have books through other apps, you have to download those books directly and then upload them to your Kindle library, which you can do on your phone. I find that really user-friendly. It's very quick. Good thing though is that once you put it on your Kindle app, wherever you have that Kindle library app, you have all of your books everywhere. So I have the one app, the one library. I can open it on my phone. I can open it on these. I can open it on my Boox Palma. I'll tell you in a minute why. I can open on my laptop computer. I can access it anywhere in the world. Okay, ladies and gents, it's time to talk about the most popular color e-reader that there is on the market. So this is the Kobo Libra Colour. It is very popular online. You probably have already seen it. Let's talk about some physical specs first. It is very thin. It's really lightweight. It comes in white and black. The white is white on the front, almost a grey colour on the back, and it has a bit of a texture on it. There is a button on the back that is your sleep wake button. This is the device on full brightness. It's quite cute. I do enjoy looking at the color. I think that the quality of the read on this is fantastic. It's very crisp. The contrast is very good for an e-reader. I just can't fault the software in the sense of the readability. That right there is just an example of what the text looks like. It is very crisp. It's very easy to see. You can change most of the settings to do with the font and the text, so that's great. It's very similar to the Kindle. The little side buttons are very clicky. It's a really nice texture to push the buttons. I know that a lot of people are really tactile readers, and the buttons can be a ride or die situation for some people out there. For me, I don't really care whether I use them or whether I touch the screen. Just like with a Kindle, either is good. Best part is that it has the auto rotate. So when you turn the device, the text changed straight away to a different orientation, and then again you can still use the clicky buttons. I do like that feature. So as much as I love the physical aspects of this device, I just can't with the software. I just can't. I don't like it. And I have a friend who absolutely blindly supports Kobo. I asked her how I can go about uploading all of my library. She said it was easy, but she went by sending me a 15-minute YouTube tutorial. And that right there, that is my review. If I have to spend 15 minutes learning how to upload the books onto this, and then every individual book is an individual upload, I have to get my book, I've got to download it, and I've got to run it through like a signature security software. And then once I've done that, I then have to plug this into a computer and upload my books to it. To me, I just cannot understand why Kobo does not have software that is as user-friendly as Kindle. Kindle is one app on my phone. All I have to do is send it to my Kindle app, and it automatically appears on every single device that I own that has that app on it. But it just feels so painfully long. That is just a too slow process for me. The second feature of this that I don't like is the price point. It is so expensive. This in Australia, I think I bought it for around $320 to $350, and it doesn't even come with the pen. So you can get the pen for this. You can annotate in color in this, and you can write your own notes in like a little sketchbook on this, which is great. I love those features. I really was looking forward to those. But after buying it, realizing how difficult the software was, I didn't even go and buy the pen. I stopped there, and I basically haven't really used this device since. I downloaded Collide by Balcabra in the attempt to try and enjoy reading this device, and I just couldn't. I ended up reading that book on the physical. So that is a no from me. And finally, here is the Boox Palma. This is the phone-sized e-reader. This device is extremely expensive. Let's just get that out of the way. This device is around 450 Australian dollars. It is costly. However, the software on here is phenomenal. I can't fault the software. I'm sure that there are things that can be upgraded and amended, and there is a Boox Palma 2 out, which I believe has some updates to the software. But at this point, it's running on Android, and I can have every single reading app that I want on this device. If you can download it from Google Play Store, you can download it on here. Let me show you. They are currently the main apps that I use. I've got Spotify, BookFunnel, NetGalley, Audible, and Kindle. I do have more apps on here. They're just the ones that I use the most because I only use this device for reading and audiobooks. That is the Kindle library. It's so user-friendly. You open your books on here exactly as you would on a Kindle. It's exactly the same, except obviously you're not looking at a very bright phone light. You're looking at an e-reader light. This is Audible. When you open the Audible app, you can see it's exactly the same. This is the end of Iron Flame. Sorry, you're getting the credits.
James J. Johnson as Bodhi. Lawrence C. Harris as Mira.
You just got the end credits of Iron Flame dramatized version, which by the way is amazing. This device is so good. You can listen to your audiobooks, you can connect your Bluetooth headsets to it, and you can listen to anything. If you happen to own books on different apps like the Google Books, Audible, Spotify, Kindle, BookFunnel, NetGalley. So if you are like me and you have books across multiple different apps, this is the e-reader to get. You either get this device or you get a different device from the brand Boox, Boox, because their software allows you to have every single app on here. So like you can see, I do have BookFunnel on there and NetGalley, Audible, I've got Spotify. I've got the Kobo on here, but I don't really have many Kobo books, so it's not on my homepage.
I really thought about committing a crime, but Mrs. Henrietta Whittaker had me contemplating it. What do you mean you are selling the complex?
Other things that I love about this device, you can change the settings on here, the e-ink software settings. So e-ink is the way that the screen looks, refresh rate and stuff like that. Some people have complained about the device having ghosting and shadowing, or that it might be slow to open and close apps, slow to turn pages. Let me assure you, that can all be adjusted very quickly. There is an e-ink panel up the top there, e-ink center. And once you open the e-ink center, you actually have the ability to change everything. You can fully customize it. You have the ability to make the refresh rate really quick. Only problem about this is if you set all the settings to make it the best experience possible, you will be eating at your battery life. You're making the settings a more powerful setting, which requires more battery usage. I like to sit in that little happy place of saving my battery for as long as possible whilst avoiding as much ghosting as possible. There is about, I reckon, a like 2 to 3% ghosting. It's so faint that the camera is not picking up on it. You can't see the ghosting there. If I look really hard, I can see some ghosting. But when you're reading inside the reading apps, it is not noticeable. And for me, that's fantastic because my battery right now is at 92%. I have literally not charged this thing in a while. Another good thing about this device is you can actually power it off completely. So yeah, that's the Boox Palma. I don't have any straps for this device, but it is small enough that I find myself preferring the magnetic pop socket on this. One of the downsides that I don't like about this, it's my purse Kindle, right? So it's small and it comes in my pocket and my purse, but there is nothing to protect the screen. And I'm always worried that I'm going to damage that when I put it in my bag. So I have to actively sit it in my bag against the edge so that the screen doesn't get wrecked. However, I am actually about to receive a cover for this that has the magnetic cover just like on my Kindle Basic. So I believe that that's going to solve that problem for me. I don't think it'll be a thick cover. I think it will be just as sleek as this with the magnetic case. I will do a review on that when I get it. So I'm really excited to try that out. But otherwise, this device is also a great device. It's really portable. It's really useful. The battery lasts reasonably well. My favorite software by far because yes, I can have all of my book apps, all of my audiobook apps all in one spot. So that is it for today. If you have any questions about any of these e-readers, feel free to leave me a comment below and I'll do my best to try and answer them. And I would love to know if anybody has different opinions than me because I am very much an e-reader girly.